welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr-Magazine.
And it's Saturday. You know what that means?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, you should watch the channel once in a while.
All right.
It's BOLO time. We go out and we give you things that you can find out there, things that sold, some exciting stories, some not so exciting stories, depending on which of us is talking.
Yeah.
And a lot of the things I find, church sales, estate sales, flea markets, that kind of things. And you don't go to any of those, do you?
Nope. I buy all over the world, the country. I have a lot of locals that come into my brick and mortar store. So, a little bit here, a little bit there.
So there's a lot of different ways that you can get items. And
Definitely.
However you get them, look for these items.
Yep. Oh, here we go. It's baseball season. Just had the All-Star game. I picked the collection up from a good customer of mine for years. He's been selling off his collection. He's retired. And I picked up World Series programs that he had dating back from the 30s. So very cool stuff. This was a shocking one. A's Mets. It was version B, and it sold for $45.
Now, how did you know it was version B?
My lister did some researching.
Okay.
I think he terapeaked it, and there's two different versions. Like they did the revised ones and so forth. And this doesn't say revised, but it's the same concept.
Okay, so, and that's one of those things that I'm sure version A or version B, one of them is worth more.
Right.
And obviously the people that collect it know that.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean necessarily, especially with eBay, you put everything up for auction to start with.
Yes.
If you don't know that, you could end up giving it away because it happens to be a time where nobody's really looking for that.
Right.
So you look on there and go, oh, the 73 World Series program goes for $25. You price it at $25. Turns out you have the $50 version.
Right.
Somebody wins it at bid at $25 and stole it.
Exactly.
Versus you do the research. So it's definitely worthwhile doing the research out there on the things that you have.
Sure.
Especially if it is something that you don't necessarily know.
Absolutely. This was kind of neat. I didn't even know I had this for sale, but it took about a year to sell. Outer Space Fun Kit magazine with stickers and iron-ons included. So, not too bad.
$22, yeah. No, it's pretty neat. And the question is, how many of them out there still have the stickers and the iron-ons?
Yeah.
So, definitely, if you're out there and you see items that have additional items as part of them,
Right.
then you definitely want to pick it up if they're complete. Just because so many people wouldn't have
I would
it.
have said Life Cereal. My lister didn't pick that up, but that would have been a good keyword to put in there, maybe.
I would have been, yeah. I wonder if it was a mail away.
Probably.
Yeah, neat.
All right. Picked up a collection of these from a local subscriber. You know him. About 400 magazines from the 30s and 40s, all airplane. Great coloring, great pictures, great covers. A few sold right off the bat, $20 to $30 range, but very cool if you see these out there.
Yeah, they're neat and they're very the graphics are what sells a lot of those.
Yep.
Graphics are. See, and those are the kind of things that sometimes
we
you
did
got
table
the table of
contents,
contents center. Yep. Sometimes those are a little tough to sell only because you're looking there and you don't know exactly what to put on there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true. Yeah.
But take a look at the table of contents, and odds are if you've heard of it, it probably will help sell it.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Next up, computer keyboard. So a lady reached out to me through the website and said I have vintage computer magazines, Atari magazine, and so forth. And she wanted to sell me them all. We worked out a deal, and then she said I also have this keyboard if you're interested for $10. I go, I don't know what it is, but for $10, it's an older keyboard. I'll take a shot, and it sold for $148.50. So it paid for double the magazines and everything.
You know, we may have been doing this before we did BOLOs. Do you know that I've sold a couple of keyboards before?
I think one or two. Yeah.
Do you know why?
No.
and we'll have to ask Random Neighborhood Kid next time he's on one of the live shows. But they're clicky keyboards, and gamers use them because of the way that they. So if you're out there at a sale, and you got an older keyboard, if when you push down on the keys, it's hard to explain, but you'll know it when you come across it. If they're clicky, they tend to go for a fair amount of money because gamers want them. So if you got a pile of keyboards out at a sale or fleet or what do you call it, thrift store, just start hitting them. And if they just go right down, whatever, they're not so good. If they start clicking, take the time at that point to pull your phone out and search on them. And some of those go for $100, $150, $200 for some of those keyboards.
Gamers can be so clicky.
Hey, now, I see what you did there.
Getting back to the programs here. 1957 World Series program, Yankees and Braves, unmarked B version.
So another double version.
This sold for about, I think, $110 I took on this one. Conditions, it was probably VG. But Yeah, very cool. Bunch of pictures, back cover. The scorecard looks unmarked. So
unscored,
yeah, very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really neat stuff in there for sure.
Oh, and then lastly, we remember our buddy Jim Shore.
Oh, I do.
Yeah,
Well,
another.
yes, I do. He and
Yes,
I, we went to different schools together.
Exactly. This one did sell for $80. Rudolph, Santa. Where's the elephant? You see an elephant in there?
There must be if
It
they said it.
says Santa.
I
right?
don't think so. It did say
Rudolph, Santa,
elephant.
elephant. We got Santa. We got Rudolph. We
Oh,
got a
the
bag
little
of
elephant
toy-
next to
Is that an elephant? Oh, I guess it is.
There
Okay,
you are.
my bad.
There
It's
you
just-
are.
all right. Look like Ted, that bear, a little bit. But moving on.
How easy is
$80.
it? Well, how easy is it for elephant to hide? Apparently,
Yeah.
apparently
it's
that
a
elephant was
camo. Yeah.
that elephant figured it out.
Very cool.
But yeah, as we said before, anything Jim Shore, which you
Yeah.
can find out there, definitely buy. So this next item over here is something or other. You're gonna marvel at the condition.
That's a word we don't use very often. So
Condition?
This sounds Marvel, other than Marvel Comics.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
Oh yeah, it looks like that was in a fire.
That's
right?
been through the war. Yes, it has. Kind of neat. Caught my eye. I paid $3 for it. I think I took $25 for it, which is probably giving it away, except the condition issues on
Yeah.
it. It's really interesting. If you take a look here on the back, that's what really caught my eye. What language is that?
German.
That is German. Yet it's a World War I American promotional thing from a magazine.
It is odd.
Turns out that it was from a German magazine published in America, putting support for America. And it was a supplement. It said right on it, supplement.
Yeah.
Got $25 out of it in that condition. I wish it were nicer condition because that's got enough damage on it, it'd be tough even to frame up.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those really oddball things. It's a German language pro-America.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember World War I or not,
I was not there, unfortunately.
but one of the people we fought were the Germans.
All right.
So it's just kind of an oddball thing that caught my eye. And again, I paid $3 for it, which in that condition probably seemed like a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
But got $25 out of it just because of the rareness of it, really. Next item we have over here. We did this, if you haven't checked them out yet, every day we put up a post on our YouTube. And this was one of them. And you probably didn't read the post or not. Does that look safe?
I read a post, not the post.
Not the post. Does
this
that look
What
safe?
they're doing does not look safe.
No. I'm thinking maybe you need some sort of
Yeah.
fall protection.
Yeah. Now, was he placing her up there and then he was going to jump off?
I don't know what he's doing. Well, that was back in the day. He was letting her make a free phone call,
Maybe,
basically, because
yeah.
the phone was hooked into the telephone pole.
Sure.
Yeah, there's a number of OSHA violations. Then
Maybe
the
they're
other,
going to walk on the line there. You know.
oh, tightrope, yeah.
Acrobatic act.
The other question I have is, why is that horse by itself walking down the road? And that car, doesn't that look like a bit of a steep cliff not to have a guardrail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're obviously going to jump onto the horse for a quick getaway.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
quick-
you
quick-
go.
yeah, quick.
Oh, yeah, when the phone company goes, who's making an unauthorized car? This is Myrtle the operator.
Exactly.
So ended up getting $24 out of it. But do check our posts. They are a lot of fun. We try to put up odd things and make little funny comments or things I think are funny comments on there. So do check them out every day. Next item we have over here. This came from the famous suitcase in the basement that I paid the $20-some for. Again, just lotted them together because I didn't know what else to do with them. I got $20 out of them. They went overseas, believe it or not. I don't know why somebody overseas wanted these, but hey, good for them.
Yeah.
Amalgamated Clothing Workers of America membership and dues card, lot of 8 from the 1940s. Again, they were just sitting in the suitcase that I bought. They have the stamps in them, kind of neat little items. More than happy to get $20 because I paid $25 or $22 or something like that for the entire suitcase full of
Sure.
stuff. Almost out of it just with this one sale over
Nice.
here. And one of the keys when somebody says I got it for nothing, what that means is I bought the suitcase because I saw some items in there that I thought could sell.
Yeah.
These were not the items that I thought could sell. So I placed no value on these when I bought them. So did I pay something for them? Yeah, I guess if you dollar cost average, et cetera, I paid 35 cents for these or something like that.
Right.
I'm in them for nothing. If these were the only things sitting in the suitcase, I would not have bought the suitcase. So
Right.
that's what I mean by I'm in them for nothing. The next thing I picked up at that same sale, took I think $35 on it.
Yeah.
Daisy Shooting Annual 1976 Air Guns Museum, Red Ryder, Fred Harmon, Little Beaver. It's an interview with Fred Harmon, who invented Red Ryder or created Red Ryder and Little Beaver, who were both characters. Comic books Little Beaver had, Red Ryder had comic books, etc., etc. Put up the table of contents, kind of neat over there. I had no idea, and I don't know if you did or not, I had no idea this went for $30, $35, $40.
Yeah.
Had zero idea, because a lot of the shooting annuals, if you get into the hunting shooting annuals, what do they go for? A couple of bucks a piece, $5, $7.
No, I think I had this at the first time we went there, because I had the gun, and they had a couple of things, and we packaged it all together.
Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't know about Little Beaver. Is that Little John's mother, or who's that? I don't know.
He's a Native American.
Yeah, okay, well, maybe his cousin.
Probably. Yeah. The next thing we have over here, and this I was very happy with the sale. I took $20 out of it. It's literally a brochure that opens up. Just gives the specs. Well, I guess there's a little more to open up. Maybe it lays a little bit flat there. But get $20 out of this 1971 Harley Davidson. You find the paper stuff out there for Harley. It's really not found very often. For as much of it was created, it's hard to find. I guess it ends up going in collections pretty quickly, or specialty dealers tend to have it.
Well,
I just kind of came across
50 years old.
That is true as well. That is true as well. So $20 out of a little brochure, I cannot complain. Keeping with the motif of the choppers and that sort of thing, Hot Boy.
Oh, cool. Wow. I don't know if I've ever had this. I don't think I've ever had this issue.
I've never seen that one either.
Cool.
I think I got $50-some out of it. I put it up at auction asking $79 because I couldn't find anything at all in the comps.
Where'd you get this from?
Picked it up at a local estate.
Wow.
This local dealer that clears out estates.
Cool,
he ended up selling it to me. I'd never seen it before either. It just jumped out at me and I bought it. Couldn't find any sold. I listed it at $79 at auction. I got a $20 offer on it. I said, I know it's better than $20.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I just let it, linger, relisted it into the store.
Yeah.
Got a $50 offer on it. I was happy to take that.
Sure.
It definitely is a striking cover, and a cover that if you see it out there, easy enough to remember.
Yeah.
And the last thing we have over here, probably the thing I'm most known for selling through these BOLO videos, is empty bags.
Oh, yeah, that's his baby. That's his go-to.
Probably the second most popular thing that I sell out here that people are amazed at would be what? What would you say it would be?
Brochures?
Junk mail.
Okay. Yeah.
I probably am the king of junk mail.
All right.
$31 for this.
Wow.
And it's got the little, it's got the advertisement, which is neat. I'd love to go back in time and buy these T-shirts.
Sure.
Oh my gosh, what are those T-shirts worth these days?
Mine.
But, got that over there, all the little things, and it's got the booklet with all of the various record club things available from 1973.
Wow.
$31 out of that.
Yeah.
It's worth more than the records they bought.
True.
All you had to do was save these. And the neat thing about these is you will find them out there. Well, obviously, I found this one.
Yeah.
But you'll find them. You'll tend to find somebody belonged to a record club and they obsessively kept things like that.
Yeah.
You'll find 10, 15, 20 at a time, usually. This was just a one-off. But you'll find a lot of them out there all at the same time. Got the original mailer envelope, et cetera, et cetera.
Cool.
So they get $31 out of that. I'm quite happy with that price. And it's the kind of thing you can find out there.
Definitely.
So hit the like button. Tell us any little stories about any of these things over here, or things that you found out there. We love reading about them. Maybe I'll learn how to speak English one of these days. And we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.